Do you like your job? I said, no, I don't like it. I love it. The passion, what you have as well for your work, you need to have passion outside of work as well.
Hi guys, welcome to A Date with YY Yo, yeah? I'm Vanessa, your host, and today I'm super happy to be introducing somebody who will be sharing his stories, his struggles, and his secrets to success. This person is none other than Chef Lorenz Hoia, who is the executive chef of Sofitel Singapore Sentosa Resort and Spa. Now, this great person has single-handedly helped 2 restaurants for consecutively 2 years to achieve 2 Michelin star standard. There is definitely no easy feat, and without further ado, allow us to go check out his journey. Chef Lorenz! Alrighty, I am super duper excited today. We have Chef Lorenz here with us, and I'm gonna be shooting some questions at Chef Lorenz, okay? Are you ready, Chef?
Always ready.
He was born ready, guys, okay? So, I know I am someone that's not fantastic in the kitchen. So I'm just gonna ask, when did you realize you had this passion for cooking?
I was young and needed money.
Why?
Well,
Don't we all? Don't we all? And please go ahead, share the audience.
actually, quite funny because I grew up in a small village, and my grandparents and my parents, we always had a little garden with animals, chicken, vegetables, pigs, sheep, peacocks, rabbits, fish, everything. So always, you know, if my grandmother, for example, asks, you want egg for breakfast? I say yes.
Doop.
And then she say, okay, but you gotta go to the barn and pick up the egg. So I grew up like this, and meeting or seeing where the vegetable and the products are coming from, not from the market or from the supermarket. So from little on, I was taught that the carrot is not coming from a supermarket, but from the soil. Exactly. And there on, I mean, I was always on the side of my grandmother when she was cooking, when my mother were cooking, and always, you know, when, for example, I have a big lamb shank, and I was the one who get always a bone, like a dog. So
I was about to say it was the tastiest part, but okay.
Right,
okay.
It's the tastiest part, but you know, some people give it to the dog, and I had it
gladly.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think the first time I burned myself was when I was 6 or 7 years old. I think 6 years old. I just went to school, and I remember that so well because we had a shooting on this day, school shooting for pictures.
Oh, right. Shooting is like, pictures. I get it.
Sorry, pictures.
Yeah.
And I made a fried egg, and so I had the hot butter, and at this time the stove was this height.
Oh no!
And I just throw the egg inside, and all the hot butter went into my face. So I still see, you can still see it on the picture. You have all the burnt marks on the face.
Oh dear! And that did not scar you at all? You are still the chef, as we all know you today.
No choice.
No choice. Why so? Tell our audience more.
Well, I think it's. I would say it marked me, it burned me.
I am sure.
So, and from this day on, I don't want to say that I knew that I would become a chef, I didn't know. But when I look back now, I see that that from the small age, I was already into food and always interested into it, into the product, into the how it's cooked, and yeah.
So as a city girl myself, I am so envious as Chef was recounting his childhood. He gets the food straight from the source itself. I saw his eyes sparkle. It's a dream of mine to one day be able to live by the farm, pick whatever I need to. And he's laughing at me because like, it's not easy, okay girl? He's like laughing at me right now. But how did you keep your passion going then? Since that very first incident till now, how did the passion keep running?
I think being a chef or being in the hospitality industry is not a job. It's a life choice or a choice of life.
Right.
Because if you work in hospitality, you dedicate basically your entire life to this what you're doing. I might call it your cause. I mean, I started when I was 14, and I never worked less than 12 hours a day in my life.
Whew.
So when I was 14 already, my mom, I remember very well, she said, you need to go to the union, you need to complain. Because I was working 14 days a day.
14 hours a day.
14 hours a day.
And for how many days
I
a
was
week?
14 years old, and my mom was freaking out and said, Mom, leave me alone. This is my life. I decide what I do. And she said, okay.
So it was your choice. You were willing to work hard, willing to work for your money, for your passion as well.
Yeah, because it was the first time in my life that somebody showed me as well until where to go, showed me borderlines and not to go further. And I like this military hierarchy, the organization, the flow. If one chain of the link is one link of the chain is missing, basically the whole chain is broken.
Messed up, yeah.
So I like this kind of style. Yeah.
So it sounds like Chef Lorenz likes discipline. I think at a summary of what he was saying just now is discipline. So would you think that's your secret recipe for your success so far?
No.
No? What would be?
Yes, but it's. I think to be successful in this in hospitality industry, F&B, you don't need skills.
Oh?
You don't need talent. You need dedication, passion.
Well, of course.
And a lot of heart. That's all what you need. The rest you can be taught and you can learn. But these three things you need. Otherwise you will not survive.
So you mentioned about the heart. So it's not something that you can force upon. So a lot of people, after graduation, they can't find a job. Okay, fine, I'm just going to go into hospitality. And they very begrudgingly serve and whatnot. Yeah. So to you, that is an absolute no-no.
No. Because I think you can do work only if you love it.
Absolutely.
You know, the other day, for example, I had students asking me, do you like your job? I said, no, I don't like it. I love it.
It's not a job. Right, of course.
Because otherwise I wouldn't do it. Otherwise I wouldn't be every day 12, 13, 14 hours, 7 days a week. If you don't love what you're doing, absolutely, you will be never good in your profession. I think in any profession.
Any profession, most definitely a lot of hard work and a lot of hard work, it seems. So there must have been challenges you've faced over these many, many years. Are there any that you can remember it really struck you back then, that you wish to share with our audience as well?
I mean, now with the pandemic, we have a huge challenge.
Oh, yes.
But besides this, I mean, I learned as well, I left home as well with 18 years old. So traveling the world, not seeing family or being close to the family as well was never a big concern or big challenge. It's just the biggest challenge I think what we have these days is really that the passion, to find the passion in the young people, in the next generation. Because the next generation are the people who will follow in our footsteps at one point.
Yep.
And I think we need more passion from the young people, because if you look at all the TV shows right now, people coming out of cooking school, for example, and they think, oh, I want to be the next TV chef.
Master chef.
Well, it took these people 30 years to get there.
Absolutely.
And they think 2 years training is enough to be the next celebrity chef. I don't like the name, but maybe celebrity chef, master chef, however you want to call it. It's not working like this. Look, me, I'm 25 years in this business as well, and I'm not on TV, so.
Yeah, I mean, being on TV or not, that's not the benchmark, okay? This man over here, okay, as I've mentioned in our introduction, well, the things he has on his belt, not many people have that. So I get where you're coming from, celebrity chef or not. It's really all about the passion and what drives you to continue to strive for excellence as well. So I hear you that there were not many challenges and whatnot. But what then to you determines or defines failure in this industry?
Fail.
Yeah.
Now that's, I think, difficult to describe, because does failure exist? because out of mistakes, out of failure, you learn. So I think it's just a learning process instead of failure. So you fail at one task, then you got to get up.
Yeah.
You got to rectify the mistake, what you have done. First of all, you got to investigate what happened, all of that. And then you find out what went wrong, right? And then you just move forward, and boom, there's no more failure. So I don't believe that failure really exists. It's just perception, how we troubleshoot issues which are coming up, or issues which will come up or rise. So I don't think, if you're properly prepared and you do everything the proper way and the organization is there, and you troubleshoot, I don't think there would be failure.
Now, I really would love to learn under the apprenticeship of Chef Lorenz, because it seems like you're an amazing educator. There's no such thing as failure to you. There's only getting up after failing and then getting better at our next endeavors and whatnot. So what then to you are the most important values as a chef or human being?
Well, I think for me it's, I would say work-life balance is very important, but I think as a chef it's definitely more like the passion what you have as well for your work. You need to have passion outside of work as well to somehow compensate the entire workload, the stress and all of this.
I have quite a few friends who graduated from culinary school, as you mentioned as well, and they tell me what is social life. They tell me they have no social life at all. So as you mentioned, work-life balance, I was like, what? Is that only possible after, say, 25 years in the industry like yourself?
No.
No?
No. I mean, I always work hard in my life, but it's work hard, play harder. When we are young, we all do that. Now getting younger, older and drinking tea. So, but I think the balance can still be there, because if you even work 12 hours a day, you can meet friends, you can meet family, you can go for a run, you can go swimming, you can go to the cinema, you can do whatever you want. You can do some gardening work for 2 hours a day. So I think there is time. If you really want to, there is time. It's just that a lot of people using time as an excuse.
Oh.
And the day has 24 hours, and I don't need to sleep 12 hours a day. So I think there's enough time.
So it sounds like discipline comes back onto my head, into my mind once again, because as what Chef mentions, 24 hours a day is how we utilize our time effectively. So would that be your word of advice actually to young aspiring chefs out there as well?
Well, yes. I mean, if you come, for example, late to an interview, gives a wrong impression.
Yeah.
I value the old things, like for example, I had a long time ago, I think 2 or 3 years ago, I received, that was here in Singapore actually, I received a CV of an applicant, handwritten.
Oh wow.
Since I've never seen it before, honestly, and
wow.
So I was really positively shocked.
Okay.
And I didn't even interview this person, I hired straight away, because this shows a lot of passion and dedication, which I haven't seen in these 25 years, never. So I think this person did well. I mean,
is he still under your wing?
No. I mean, I moved on and moved to different places, but we are still in contact, and he's doing great. Yes.
But I also genuinely think it takes a man of great character as well to recognize that there are underlying, positive traits of a person having handwritten his own CV. That is one thing. That's one trick I'm gonna adopt, for my next interview as well. So, chef, being an executive chef is a big deal. So, how do you treat your fellow chefs or apprentices under you as well?
Fellow chefs, I would say empowerment. Empowerment, not through micromanagement. Micromanagement is definitely not working.
Right.
You have every person, every bank, every hotel, every big insurance or whatever they have. If there would be only the CEO, it would never work.
Absolutely.
Because everybody need to work together. So, and the entire team, each team member need to do what they are good at. So you need to find out as well what these people are good at. You know, I have certain skills which I'm good at, but I need to know also, which is more important actually, my weaknesses. Because where I have my weaknesses, I need to get
Find
someone who is very strong in this. So we are a perfect team then, right? If like a football team. If I have a football team of 11 strikers,
Right. There'll be no one on defense.
so will be in the goal then?
Exactly.
Not working. So I think everybody first need to recognize their own weaknesses, and then upon knowing these weaknesses, you can actually create your own team and then move forward. And yeah, I think empowerment is very important. I do this in my team as well. I mean, all the chefs, I tell them that you need to take responsibility, you need to take ownership.
Ownership, yeah.
It is your restaurant at the end of the day, and you need to sort these things out. I'm there to help and move forward, but I'm not there to literally do everything.
Absolutely. So I hear you that, it doesn't seem like you are one of the chefs that I watch on TV. So I love watching Hell's Kitchen. I love watching, transformation shows on how people transform restaurants from being really terrible to becoming really amazing restaurants. So I see a lot of tough love from all these chefs that I see on TV. That does not apply to you. You don't think that by screaming at somebody, making sure this person brings out his or her best, that works.
It's a kitchen at the end of the day, so it's like this military hierarchy, right? Somebody will be loud, or one day will be shouting, because it's the pressure of the moment, right? It's like a pressure cooker, and at one point this pressure cooker has reached maximum capacity.
Yeah.
You got to release some pressure. I think it's okay from time to time, but of course you cannot be personally very personal or harassing or using vulgarities, but in the heat of the moment, a little kick, I think it's good.
A nudge.
Yeah, but definitely, I mean, TV is TV. Every TV is fake.
Okay,
It's
variety,
staged.
right?
There is no such reality TV for cooking or restaurants.
Oh, okay.
It's all fake. So that's the reason as well why I always say, if you like the thing what they do on the TV show, please don't come to me, because you will never be a chef.
I see. I hear you, and I am quite relieved actually, because I was really wondering, are my friends in the F&B industry, are they really going through such regime every single time they go to the kitchen? They are being abused, and it looks like a place of love. If I do ever step into F&B, I would love to be your apprentice, chef, really. So I'm just going to move on. I think there are we've spoken about a lot of things already. I want to do a little pop psych, a bit of a quiz with you, chef.
Okay.
So out of these 5 shapes, what appeals to you?
The square.
The square. Tell me more. Why? Why does the square?
Think out of the box.
So chef chooses the square. He is someone that's probably quite organized. I'm sure we must have picked up as we have been interviewing and speaking to each other. What do you do, chef? I think it's a great question that came up. Out of the 12 hours that you're not working nor sleeping, what do you do?
I don't look like, but I actually cycle a lot. And I think when you're cycling, for example, you have this. You don't even, you look how many kilometers you have, and then you go a certain speed, and then 5 kilometers later, you're looking again. And, but yeah, I was just looking, so why I was going so fast?
Where did the time go?
I think a lot of chefs do go cycling, go running, swimming as well. So I think everybody especially in this industry, needs at least half an hour where you let go of your mind and forget what happened at work, which is very, very important, to forget what happened at work. Otherwise, it will just build up, and it will be not good.
Absolutely. It sounds like a great reminder to every single one of us, even to our viewers who are not in the F&B nor hospitality industry. It's really important, this balance and giving yourself that 30 minutes off time. Don't think about work, don't think about what's burdening, what's troubling you, and just let the endorphins rush.
You know, actually, I recently tried as well as, what do you call this? I forgot.
Tell us more.
No, I forgot it.
Is it like a food, an
No,
activity?
but it's just when you're relaxing and breathing and meditation.
Mindfulness, meditation.
Meditation. I make it only until 10 minutes after that. But it's a work in progress.
It does.
Actually, it's quite interesting because at the beginning it's very tough. And I reach now 10 minutes with really sitting still and doing nothing, not
Breathing.
thinking about anything, just concentrating on breathing and just clear out your mind. And it's actually interesting how difficult it is.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
a lot of people will say, well, 10 minutes only? I can do easily more.
Nah.
No, it's not that easy.
I know,
it's,
I know.
Very interesting, yeah.
Yes, yes. I think when I was in a not so good state of life, okay, I was advised by somebody. He's a yoga practitioner. As we all know, people who practice yoga, there's always this element of, just sitting there, focusing on your breath, focus on the sound of your breath,
Yes.
basically, and then they'll play some nice, very zen music.
Yeah.
And he tells me, you will find how, it's interesting to see how many people cannot sit still. It's like they've got like little worms on their butts or something. They cannot just sit still for that 10 minutes. So to achieve 10 minutes, hats off to you, Chef. And
I think actually where I realized what is very similar to, if you would be, because I'm diving as well, and if you, for example, diving and you would just lay still on the ground and would just breathe in and breathe out, because you hear everything, right? You hear every noise, and it's really interesting. So meditation is actually quite good.
How many things does this chef do? My goodness, you have so many things. You swim, you run, you meditate, you
I don't
dive.
run.
Oh.
Look at me, I don't
Okay.
run.
Well, but you know the importance of doing exercise, that 30 minutes off time. And I think this is an amazing journey that you have gone through in your life. And thank you so much for sharing with me, with all of our audience as well. Are there any parting words you would like to say to me or to our audience?
Well, I think it's our industry is all, like what I said, all about passion. You don't need any skills. You don't need any talent. You can learn everything. It's just you need to be very dedicated to what you are doing, and you got to be full on into every single second of what you're doing. Not only in our industry, but I think in every industry. So I think this is very, very important for the young people these days to understand and maybe as well to learn. Put your mobile phones on the side. Don't use your mobile phones, and really concentrate on important things in life than just mobile phone.
He really reminds me, be in the present, Van. It's as though he's telling me, looking me in the eyes with his beautiful blue eyes, Van, be in the present. And I really appreciate that. It's always a reminder for all of us to, mobiles and devices aside, and to really be in the present. So thank you, Chef, for giving me your time, 15-20 minutes of your precious time, just to share with us the importance of dedication, the importance of passion, the importance of being in the present. Thank you so much, Chef.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Wasn't that some really, really sincere and heartfelt sharings from Chef just now? And please make sure you stay in the present. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you can find out when our next video comes online. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.